Well.
Do you believe in me? I am
Let me know if the sound is good.
daughter of the Radiru family. It's time to seek freedom for his sake.
Of course, everyone's down for Easel. Hey, no making assumptions that everyone's read the webtoons. Remember, there's some people who only are watching anime, and anime is not remotely finished.
For our shining glory!
Oh shoot, this is her her attack skill being reused from the weekly fight. It might be a bit.
Feels like I'm dreaming.
It might be a bit too low. There, I'll turn it up. The game is still using some actual characters, but the majority of the characters at this point are not. Are just OCs. There's her costume. It's kind of cute, but I like her base costume because the base costume looks badass.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's 7.5 Sharp live stream. I'm Jackie, and I'm so happy to be back with System and the entire live stream team. And I promise
The
I'm not
armor is
replacing
so
your regular
hot.
host, CM Prism, but I will once again be your substitute host for today as we journey through our first update of 2025.
Is Prism
Happy
actually
New Year.
sick?
Happy New Year indeed. And it looks like you got your own name this time. Congratulations.
Yes, upgrade. Thank you. You guys were also kind when I dropped in for the December update that they're letting me take the reins again while CM Prism is off celebrating his wedding anniversary.
No,
So
he's
everyone
not
send some
sick.
W's in the
This
chat to say
bastard. I
congrats
was
to
feeling
CM
bad for him.
Prism.
I was like, he's still sick. How
don't
can he be
know.
sick over
Are you
2
sure he
months?
didn't
No,
pull,
this
like,
bastard's
a move or
off
something
getting
to
married.
consume him for power?
I was.
Nope.
I'm not.
Totally did
I
not.
don't feel bad for this
promise.
man.
I
He's
am not
married
the
now. He has a
anti-hero, but,
wife.
if you need
He has
some
better
proof,
things
be
to
on the
do
lookout for
than look
footage of
after
our
us
beloved
morons.
CM Prism checking out the new solo
Don't feel
leveling
bad for
Arise
him.
collaboration with Pelicana
What a
that
nonsense.
started today.
Telling me
That
he's
video should be
sick?
dropping in the next week or so on
Dude's
our social
off
channels.
busy
He's
making
very
babies.
much not consumed, but did get to consume some tasty food while looking at all
F
the cool
Prism.
Pelicana solo
kidding.
content.
And it was tasty.
Oh yeah? Ugh, I'm so jealous. I've seen some pictures. We're going to show a couple of those later. It looked so good.
All right, well.
We'll talk more about this tasty collaboration later in the stream, but outside of the delicious chicken-related update, today we'll be covering the new hunter, Essel Radiru, checking out the latest weapon in Sung Jinu's arsenal, and showing off some new events and the Workshop of Brilliant Light.
No,
and
seriously,
so
I was like,
much
does this
more.
guy have cancer?
Not
What is
to
he
mention
doing? What kind of
delivering a new
2-month
code
sickness
for all
is
of you.
this?
As a reminder to everyone, everything that's
I'm glad he's
presented
getting
today
married
is on a
instead.
test build and
Instead of
may
dying.
be different from the actual live update. And before we begin, make sure that everyone likes the stream and subscribes to the channel because it helps a lot with the algorithm and we really appreciate it. So, without further ado, let's get started with Essel Radiru.
Let's do it.
All right. Essel Radiru is a demon noble and the eldest daughter of the Radiru family.
Jeez,
and you
that
may have
armor
already
is so
seen her
hot.
in game if
It's
you're caught up
so
in the
nice.
story,
It's
or if you
gorgeous.
read
I
the
love it.
original webtoon. She first appears in the Demon's Castle dungeon arc, but now she's made her way onto our team. Let's see what she can do. Her
I wanna
basic
see her
attack
glitch
is
out.
Radiru Spearmanship, where she swings her double-edged spear. This deals fire elemental damage in increasing amounts over several hits, and
Oh, so
also
she's a
deals
fire
weak break
damage healer.
damage. Her core
Oh,
attack
fire
is
break?
stabbing spike.
That's so
where
big.
she quickly leaps into the air and then strikes downward
Right now,
towards enemies on the ground.
the breaker for
manifesting spikes
fire
beneath
is
them.
the French
this
girl.
also deals
Why am I
fire
blanking?
damage and weak break damage.
I
and
really
also
like her,
knocks down the target.
but
System,
she's
why
not
don't
the
you tell
best
us
at
more?
breaking. She's a really good
I'd be happy
AoE
to.
killer.
Alright. Her QTE skill is
But
called
yeah.
Cascading Glory. After unleashing a barrage of manifested weapons,
Similar
Essel
roll
jumps
to
between
go.
them
Okay.
and
I will
stabs
try to A10
downward.
her.
This inflicts a percentage
Characters
of
like
the
this matter a
user's
lot.
attack
By the way,
Increases
Tirewolf,
user's
thank you for the
attack
follow.
by percentage, deals fire damage and medium break damage. When the skill hits, it knocks down the target as well. Next up, we have the support skill, which is support fire. Makes sense. She manifests
gamings.
supporting fire
Oh,
for
gamings.
her, demons,
Oh,
castle
gamings.
allies. This
Attack
inflicts a percentage of
skilling,
users'
break
attack,
damage dealer.
increases
Did we
the
not
user's
have a
attack
talk
by
about this just
percentage,
1 month ago? And I
deals
said,
fire elemental
would you
damage,
bet
and when the
against
skill
them
is
doing a
used,
break
the prey
attack
effect is
skiller
applied.
who would use
And this also increases
the armor
lightning
piece?
families along
Oh,
with
oh,
damage
wow.
increase.
Yeah, so that is a weapon that I believe is for
Mr. tells me,
G.
oh, that
So
armor's
if you
not
have
so
this
good.
character
1 month
equipped as a
later,
support,
best in
that will
slot for
increase the
Isol.
damage of that weapon. Let's take a look at some of these skills in the game. All right.
Or her basic chain.
Let me show off some of these basic attacks.
4-piece
So if you
greed,
do
4-piece
them in a
obsidian.
row, that final
Oh, she's a
hit
shield
there where all
generator.
those spikes come out of the ground. That is the
No.
stabbing
Oh,
spike
sorry, not
skill.
shield generator. MP.
So as you can see, her attack increases.
You still
as
want someone in
you
your team to
keep
be full
attacking
4-piece,
and adding
greed,
on
though.
more of those hits. All right, why don't we take a look
She
at
looks
her
epic.
skills? Her skill 1 is Glorious Wounds. Essel jumps towards the target, strikes quickly, and then hurls them upward. This
Right,
inflicts
Expert would
a
be good on her
percentage of
'cause she's attack
attack
scaling.
as fire elemental damage and also adds weak break damage, so like her basic attack. But when the final hit of this attack lands, it inflicts airborne, so it launches them into the air, and she gains super armor. Skill 2 is Death's Rush. So after jumping and using a single slash to throw the enemy upward, Essel endows her spear with the power of a lance and rockets forward quickly to stab the enemy again. So in practice, she jumps backward.
I like
and
how
then
they say it's a
runs
spear,
forward.
but that does
This
not
is
look
again
like a spear
percentage
at
of
all.
Her attack, it deals fire elemental
looks like a
damage and break
longsword,
damage, and when the
a
final
double
hit lands,
longsword.
it inflicts airborne and super armor. Her ultimate skill is Foretold Victory. A barrage of arrows from the demon's castle rains down on the heads of her enemies, so this is sort of an area of effect attack. It inflicts a percent of the user's attack, dealing fire elemental damage and some break damage, and this goes
Glad to
on
be part of
for
this
a
community.
period
Thank
of
you so
time.
much.
So let's go ahead and try out some of these skills in the game. Trying out this first skill, you can see there's a little bar next to it. So there's sort of 2 charges. And what you're going to want to do is use her sort of basic attacks for a bit and her first skill before heading into her second skill to help increase, to help buff her. So if you see that little effect at the bottom there, the
it's a
effects that are applied to
scaling.
her, there was a 5 right there, a stack of 5 effects.
I see.
That is making her second skill stronger.
Nice.
All right, let's check out this ultimate
I like,
skill.
characters with a
As
bit of
per
intricacy.
Usual, it's got a pretty cool animation.
I love the castle in the
That
background.
animation's
Absolutely, she's
basically
like the world's
reused from
deadliest
her
Disney princess.
from her
I
workshop
like that.
fight.
All right. And you didn't really see it there, but it is pretty useful for stopping what the enemy is doing, so I'm going to show you that right now. Yeah, so you see they were all going to throw rocks at me. Now they're not going to throw rocks at me because they are being hit by a bunch of arrows. Now, if I can stack up some of those lance effects, when I use that skill 2, that lance throw, it should make it more powerful. I think it can only stack up to 5 times. I always get a little bit antsy. I get excited, and then I'll try to trigger that skill before I've charged it up enough times. So patience is a virtue. But I guess that's really like Essel, that she has to just wait for the right moment to strike. If we remember how she was introduced in the story, she was first introduced to Jinnu by attempting to attack him. And after realizing that he was stronger than her, she feigned begging for mercy before attempting to stab him in the back later. So she is a sneaky character.
I like her.
I think they eventually became friends, though.
Iso's a fun
Yes.
character.
Over the course of that arc. And that is why we have her on our team now. Oh, well, maybe not for much longer if I can't dodge that attack. Ooh, here we go. So like I said, with that skill 2, she jumps backward and then rockets forward again. And you only really got to see it a little bit with that last monster that fell down before we got to this holy giant night golem. But Essel is a character that sort of focuses on inflicting the break state, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But you're basically going to want to charge up that skill 2 by using that skill 1 enter core skill. If you can dodge, which I'm not doing a very good job of right here.
I don't know
timing my
Jackie plays
attacks,
this game. No
and
offense.
dodges very well. Then you should be able to pack a
It's
real
okay, like,
punch when it enters the break
You know,
state.
your job is to present
There we
things, so you
go.
don't have to be good at the game. But
All right.
sometimes
I
it's
don't
just
think my ult
evident.
is gonna. Oh yeah, my ult did not charge up.
Next round.
Yeah. Next time.
I'm
when
confused
I
why
go
they
on.
have their
Next time.
their CMs
Oh,
play the
he
game
stomped on me.
live.
Yes, I should have been focusing on learning his
I'm
patterns.
not gonna
but
just
I
say this
was
is on
too
Jackie because
busy
Sharp's
chattering
also
with
not the
chat.
best player,
So what do you guys
and he
think
clearly
so far,
plays the
chat?
game.
The Radish Clan.
Yes, the
It's hard to
Red Bull
present
Clan, or if,
while
or
playing the
if,
game.
Jinu is saying it, the Radish Clan.
It's a lot easier to play the
Someone
game when you're
named
just
Sung
focused on
Jin
playing the
Woo in
game.
Chat just said the Radish Clan.
Anyways, I'm just confused
Amazing.
why they do it because it makes it a lot harder on the
Accurate
percenters.
to the story.
Someone said spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, so that's Essel.
Live
Why
because
don't
they
we
can't
go
fake
ahead
it?
and
I don't
take
know,
a look
people are
at
worried
her
about it
passive
being
and
fake.
advancement details now. So Essel's passive has her inflicting the break effect for a little bit longer than other characters do. Her break effect lasts a little bit longer. When she uses several of her skills, that gives her the lance effect as well. So like I said, by using her other skills, that builds up that power. Her break effectiveness increases by 1% in the Workshop of Brilliant Light, so she's going to be really good for the new Workshop of Brilliant Light boss. When using
new
those same
Wobble.
skills, she gains lance effects.
I was just
and
getting used to the
while
last
that
one.
lance effect is
Alright.
active, she can use lance throw, and that throws the spear to pierce through magically created armor, dealing damage.
Looks you want-
which is
like
what
you
I
want
was saying
A2?
before. She can charge up.
Man, what does
to,
that matter? We're gonna max
deal
her
a
out.
More powerful attack. So with the first advancement, the effects of lance throw are enhanced. While Foretold Victory is active, the damage of lance throw is also increased by 1%, and lance throw inflicts the prey effect when it hits. For each fire attribute team member in the party, the user's attack increases by 1%, and this is stackable and also applies to Jinu. Now let's move on to the third advancement. At the start of the battle, her power gauge is increased by 1%. That's right when entering the stage. When using Lance Throw, when it hits, it charges up her
Penetration
power
rate.
gauge by 1%. The cooldown of Lance Throw is decreased.
As in defense
and
pen?
when Foretold Victory hits a target who's in the who has a break gauge that is at a certain percent or below, it just automatically puts them in
This
the break
looks like an
state.
A5 to
So
me.
like I said before, she is pretty good
A2 at the low
applying
point, but
the
you want an
break state and
A5.
making it
The
more
A5
effective.
ability is really good.
At the fourth advancement, for every fire attribute team member in the party, the user's penetration rate increases by 1%, and that is
The
also
user's
stackable
penetration
and
rate.
also applies to Jinu. And at fifth advancement,
I mean, I'm fine with
the
Iso
defense
penetrating me.
penetration of the entire team is increased by 1%. One additional lance throw is gained when using Death's Rush, and when lance throw hits a target under the break state, it inflicts the prey
Come
on
on,
the weak
Arrow.
effect.
Come on. You
And
can't say anything.
Target's fire damage is then increased by 1%. System, why don't you tell us about her unique weapon?
I would be happy to. Speaking of throwing spears or lances, I suppose, Essel's unique weapon.
Wait a
is
second, am I not on
Glorious
YouTube?
Demise. That's a very dark name, but I guess it's fitting for a demon queen or princess.
Yeah, Demon Noble. Absolutely.
This spear is filled with concentrated mana power. It
says I am.
radiates with a demonic aura. It increases the user's attack by a percentage. The additional attack of the team member with the highest critical rate increases by an amount of Essel's additional attack.
Alrighty, now that we've checked out all of her abilities and talked a little
No,
bit
I am.
about her weapon,
That's weird.
why don't we try out some gameplay with Essel? Chat, what team do you think you will use with Essel? What do you think she'll synergize well with?
All right, let's give them a second for it to
I'll use her the supermodel.
see here.
Um,
Like the weapon. The code will
I
come,
don't have her
the code
though.
comes
The
everybody, we
the
promise.
fire
It's
buffer with the
true.
giant laser.
So this is going to be the new boss that we're checking out here in the Workshop of Brilliant Light.
Deimos is next.
And we
Okay.
only have one team set up today because I am not normally here as a community manager. I'm just sort of
Big dong
cosplaying
suck. I
as
need
a
you to suck
community
dongs.
manager today. My account is not as powerful as CM Prism's, and so we'll only really have one team to use, and we'll see how far we get with it.
You're doing great.
Thank you,
All
appreciated.
right, so
The
we got
power
some
is not
Emmas and
higher, it looks
Suyans
like.
in the chat.
So it looks
yeah,
like.
other fire heroes
Joy-
definitely.
Oh, actually, no, it is higher. 700k for
Let's see who
easy.
else. You and Gina, easy. That was from Zaf. What's up, Zaf?
Normal, I expect to go to a
Yeah, we
million
got a lot of
then.
options in the chat.
So we are going up by what? 200k, 300k?
Yeah, I think she's definitely going to work well with other fire heroes, and yeah, any other hunters that work well, like anyone that does like extra stuff while an enemy is in the break state. Her ult also does a lot of good area of effect damage, which I don't know how far we'll get in this because I'm not as powerful as CM Prism, but definitely in the final boss of this. The final stage of this Deimos Commander of Transfiguration boss, that is helpful for some of the area effects. Let's take a look at some of the rewards for the Workshop of Brilliant
Yeah, I
Light.
don't know
We
what
have
any of
two
these
sort
do.
of sets of cores that are available. We've got the Watcher set, which kind of has an Eldritch vibe. So we've got the limbs
Eldritch
of the Watcher
vibe. It just
core
looks like
for
that,
the
but it-
body.
I wish they did
eyes of
more
the Watcher
than
for
just
the
give you
mind.
stats.
And let's see if I can find the other one.
They're all new cores.
I don't
okay,
see
I
it
can
here,
see
but
that. I have
there's
eyes.
one more in that set. The Desires of the Crimson Apex. So we've got the Crimson Apex
That's interesting.
set,
It's a
which
defense
just
scale.
has a sort
Attack
of monstrous
scale.
vibe. I don't know if it's sort of like a werewolf thing or
But it's on
just,
MP Drain.
I don't know.
Who would use
But
this?
it's sort of grimdark.
Jinwoo
energy.
might be able to use this because he
Desires
drains
and
MP really
Hunger of the
quickly.
Crimson Apex. Maybe it's like vampiric. Maybe
mean,
that's what the red is.
Who would
He looks
use
really
this?
intense.
It's
regardless.
definitely intense.
Yeah, from what I've seen, good luck, everybody.
Yeah, I do.
Everyone, we got this.
Yeah, I was gonna try and check out some of the story, but I won't spoil it for you guys. There's little lore connected to a lot of the items in the game, which I really love. There's some of
MP
it that's
retaining
definitely
MP is a lot
connected to the
easier
solo leveling
than
lore, and
burning
there's some of
MP,
it that's just
because burning through
adding
50% of your
onto it in a
MP
completely new way.
just
and,
to utilize
gotta
something
love
is
those little
that's
Easter
a lot of
eggs,
work.
you know?
Yeah, there's lots of little story Easter eggs if you guys have time to check them out.
I don't even know how AI is
so we're
going to
gonna
use
go
this.
ahead and check out the easy Deimos raid. Let's look at some of these little effects that we have to worry about. Their break gauge recharges, so obviously having Essel around will be helpful in wearing that down. Immune to damage proportional to their current HP, possesses immunity to the freeze effect, so yeah, the recommended elements are light and fire. We've got a powerful skill that will be used if you fail to destroy the break gauge within the time limit, and it is strong against wind.
I hope this one's a lot more auto.
Okay, let's go to the hazy
If you have the
Tomb of
power.
the dead.
My issue
Okay, I'm gonna add
is just
one more shadow to my
the time
team.
constraint is
Let's
so
see
massive.
here. Probably.
Okay, this is so clearly a test account.
And then I don't have
Yeah,
any
it's a
remnant
test
powers
account.
again. My account is not as powerful.
How
as,
can you say your account's not as
Team
powerful when
Prism's
it's some
is, so we'll see how
insane
far I
test
get.
account?
But we're gonna try out Essel in combat with some friends, with Thomas.
You got this.
All right, here we go. So yes, this isn't the main boss. This is one of the stages. This Archlich is one of the ones that you're going to have to face in order to face off with Deimos. So I think I triggered this a little bit too early, but this guy's gonna summon some little minions there.
So it doesn't. The ult doesn't do break damage. Okay.
Ooh, I already.
I was
took some
hoping it
damage
did.
there.
That'd be
That
very,
was not a
very
smooth
interesting.
move. Yeah, I haven't been able to memorize his patterns yet, but he, yeah, he has a lot of attacks that are fast. So. All right, I've taken out those minions. I think I'm gonna try to switch to
Why did you switch?
my favorite actress girl here with her little gun.
This
and
is
do
an
some
interesting
ranged-
team.
I
It is
thought
fire,
was gonna be real smart to do ranged, but
light
he
weakness,
has effects that
but
can
he
hit
has
me.
I
ranged.
would have just ran a full
Yeah.
fire team or full light team.
Two can play at
I
that
wouldn't
game,
split
this
it.
boss said. All right, let's bring Essel in.
Yeah, Esso needs to break that armor already. Come on.
I think I dodged a little too late on that one.
Okay.
Someone's
I thought Esso's break damage was
making
gonna be a lot
good team
higher.
strategy. Thumbs down. Throwing together random people and hoping for the best. Thumbs up.
Well, what else can you
Well,
do?
they're shit-talking
Only-
Jackie.
but only is
All
what this
about
team is.
having fun.
We definitely did pay attention to the element of.
Look,
Yeah.
it's okay. She doesn't have to play the
But
game to be a
outside
good
of that-
presenter, but
You know,
break
here to have a
the armor,
We are
please.
here to have a good time.
You're not gonna show her off very well if you don't break the armor.
Ready to be a punch card?
All right.
This is the
Please, Esso, break that armor.
That's right. You got this.
I appreciate your faith in me because
Esso's
I
gonna
don't
die
have
at this
it.
rate.
I don't have faith in
If
me.
she dies,
So
this
it's
is
good- it's
over.
good that someone
Because if you can't
is,
break that armor,
is here
this is
believing in
over.
me.
All right, chat. Let's give some support.
Appreciate
Chat giving
it.
support, this community,
Again, I'm not-
okay
I'm
there.
not as,
Look at all the F's and
hulked
L's.
out as the
These people are just
community
haters.
is, so I
SLA
do not
community, my
have,
goodness.
as much power as
It's
I would
okay,
like
I'm used to
be
this. This
using in
community is...
fight,
Ugh.
but we're gonna
Ugh.
power through and see how far we get.
Please let Esso break this.
Showing a little
I know her
support.
HP's low,
Thank
but you
y'all.
gotta break
I
this or you're
really
not gonna
appreciate
win.
it. Doing my best today.
She didn't even bring a support, I know. I don't think she need a support.
I say that and then
If she
immediately
breaks the
forgot
armor,
where
I
my
think she's
shift key
okay.
was. I was like,
Oh no,
There's
if
too much
Esso
to pay
dies, it's
attention
over.
to.
Don't be nervous. You got this. It's just
Again, it's a lot harder. That's what I was saying. It's so much harder to present
just
and
a
play at the
random
same
demon.
time.
Just an arch lich.
Okay,
trying to.
good break, good break. This is
You know,
possible.
as they do.
It'd be
I
very,
don't know
very
if
sad
anyone,
if she loses this at this point.
plays tabletop games, but definitely an archlich in my memory is
Look,
pretty powerful.
Yes.
So
You
I'm
can tell she doesn't really
intimidated.
play the game because she hasn't summoned the shadows even once.
Oh,
Would have been a
my
big
goodness.
difference maker.
Oh, I'm gonna mess this up. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so this is one of the things that he does
Okay.
is you have to run into the
Oh, get the
green
green.
orbs. And there's one.
I hate
more
when they
thing
do
that's
stuff
gonna
like this
happen
because it
here
forces you to manual this.
avoid- Yeah.
So I assume if you hit the.
Oh no,
you're gonna get
she
wrecked.
might not make
I
it.
don't know if
She
I'll
has to
get
do
wrecked, but,
55
like, you have to
bars in
find the green
54
one and
seconds.
Absorb that one so he can't get the healing power
Oh,
from
okay.
it. So
right, no
having
pressure.
done that, that sort
she's
of
not doing
almost
enough
put him
damage.
not quite in a break state, but it like had him pause. It was like
Wait,
he was
Esso's
waiting
down.
for a break and he didn't get a break, and he was real
Oh,
sad about it.
is there a
No
bleed?
pressure, but there's 30 something
Oh,
seconds.
I'm absolutely not
Yeah,
going to be able to defeat him in that amount of time.
Wow, this is sad. Okay, well.
That's so sad for me.
Yeah, the team was weird. It should have been a full flower or full light. Mixing the team,
Yeah,
no
I did not
support, weird
synergize
this idea.
well enough with
That's
my
alright.
team. It's fine. But yeah, this is going to be the first stage of this.
Again,
I'm sorry
I
that
really
I'm
think
not
they should have
good enough
just-
to show you the later stage of this Deimos battle.
I
but
think they
can
should do a
definitely tell
video
you
instead. Oh, whoopsies.
You-
Sorry.
It's tough. It's a lot of fun. There's area effects that you're going to have to deal with, and Essel is definitely helpful for those.
She doesn't even use Thomas correctly. You have to. Oh,
Oh,
Thomas,
she's so
please.
sad. I can't believe I disappointed her.
Please.
Well, I appreciate your support, chat. Hopefully you got to see a little bit more of what Essel can do. Let's jump over to the
I understand.
new
I
weapon
genuinely
of
understand how
Sung
hard
Jin-woo
this
and see what
is.
his new
I
capabilities
get
will
it.
be. This is
But
the
that
Phantom
showcase
Fire
was-
Demon.
Oh, God.
The basic attack that Sung
Alright,
Jin-woo
sure.
can do with this is that he swings the fan to unleash the power of fire. It deals
I'm not
increasing
interested in
fire
any
damage
weapon.
with
What
each
about you
blow.
guys?
So there's a series of hits that happen, and when the final hit lands, it inflicts airborne. The core attack is that Sung Jin-woo uses the fan to raise the ground with a sweeping gust of flame. This deals a lot of fire damage and inflicts airborne on the target as well. The weapon's skill, Fire Flower, has Jin-woo attacking enemies with an explosion of flowers and butterflies that are made of fire. When the skill hits, it also inflicts airborne and fire elemental damage on the target. Let's look at those passive details if we can. So when the user's core gauge is fully charged, the Fire Flower skill becomes the Fleeting Youth and Beauty skill. Very poetic. And the user recovers a % of their MP and gains the Butterflies and Blooms effect when that skill hits. Fleeting Youth and Beauty's skill damage and MP consumption is the same
just reading
as
it word
Fire
for
Flower,
word,
and it
okay.
uses all of the core gauge charge. It deals some heavy break damage. This Butterflies and Bloom effect increases the fire damage by 1% and increases the user's MP and recovery rate by 1%. So at the first advancement, when a fire break skill is used,
you know what? I'm just gonna keep using the Fire Club.
Butterflies and Bloom effect
I've
is
decided.
added,
I'll say a
and
Fire
when
Club
Fire
main.
Flower or Fleeting Youth or Beauty, so either form of that hits, they inflict the High Fever effect on the target. Increasing the user's fire damage by 1% happens when using the High Fever effect, and the user regains 1% of their MP when the target is hit using the High Fever effect. Is hit when they have the High Fever effect applied, excuse me. At the second advancement, the user's fire damage just increases by a flat percentage. At the third advancement, when the Butterflies and Blooms attack effect has stacked 6 times, the Fire Demon effect is activated. The instances of that other effect are removed and stop accumulating. The user's fire damage and MP recovery rate increase by 1%. The critical hit rate and critical hit damage of the user's fire core skill increase by 1%. And when the fire basic skill is used, the user gains the super armor effect. At the fourth advancement, the cooldown of Fire Flower and Fleeting Youth and Beauty
This is too much work.
Is decreased
I would
by
not
1%,
get this.
so those can be used more often. And at the fifth advancement,
This is
the
for
user's
whales.
core gauge starts out fully charged when entering a stage, and if all the users' equipped weapons are fire weapons, then their fire damage also increases by a hefty percent. So yes, this weapon itself synergizes well with having other fire weapons equipped. Now, let me jump on over to another new game mode that we're going to be checking out today, and that is the
Except it's
Jeju
not, we can get
Island
this weapon
Alliance
free.
Raid.
Gaming's, your
We're
idea
gonna
of free
use this
doesn't even make
game
any
mode-
sense, so
game
I don't
mode
want to hear
check
from you.
out that weapon if we can.
Mr.
We may only be able to
using
access
gems
Hunter
free.
battles at this time, but I'll show you a little bit about this new mode. This is a cooperative
It's an event
raid,
reward.
so you're going to be able to unlock new stages as everybody, all of the players together, are working together to progress them. So this first section of the raid, we have landing operation level 1 and 2 unlocked.
I thought this was a new pullable
but
weapon that was
operation
just
level
showing
3
off.
is not unlocked yet because I don't have anyone else on this particular server to help me progress the missions. Let's go ahead and jump on in here. It looks
so
like
alone.
yeah. So
Wait, when did she say it was
alone
an
here.
event reward?
I think I'm only going to be able to show you a little bit of it with our hunter team, unfortunately. But
Why is she still going with this
Test
team?
build, so unfortunately we cannot access that at the moment.
yeah, but that's
Here's my
just sort of a
first
downside of
experiment of the
working on
year.
a test server.
Thanks,
is
IC
I'm
Warrior.
all by myself. I probably hit all the wrong notes there.
right.
But yeah.
It was the thought that counts. So
Yeah,
I'm here for it.
I'm definitely not here with any other players. It's just me, so I cannot unlock those because it's a cooperative raid. You have to have other people working to go ahead and unlock those other
She
stages
didn't. We knew it's
by
an event
completing the raid
reward
themselves,
beforehand.
or using cooperative
How did you know
support, which is
beforehand?
sending
I'm
items,
watching the program.
to increase the progress of the raid overall.
If she doesn't mention it's an event reward, how am I supposed to know that?
All right.
I will say the raid itself and the story is brutal.
Yes.
Very intense.
Agreed. This version of the raid.
Are you one of those people who are like, you have to watch a
seems to
Korean
be,
program before you watch an
a
English
little more
program,
fun
otherwise you
'cause
don't know
there's
anything?
not any of your friends permanently dying in
Even
this
though that
particular
doesn't make any
version.
sense
It's
to
just
do.
everyone working together to fight these giant ants. All right, I'm gonna switch to my favorite little sniper here and see
She's
if I
too
can't
far
hit from
away.
afar. Nope, I actually cannot. I'm not good
Okay.
enough at that to do that. Oh, I killed the ant anyway. Never mind.
Yeah, she was
Great
taking
work,
one
everybody.
damage.
Good team.
It's overpowered.
did it.
She's overpowered for
Amazing.
this right
Woo,
now.
Fabulous. When I was doing this before, I might jump in and I might even do the second tier to see if I can show you. It was helpful to put Essel in to help put that ant in the break state, and also to use Essel to use that ultimate
Reader
skill
comment on YouTube?
for taking out the larger groups of ants.
Where? There's no YouTube
Let's go ahead and
message.
check that out. Again, this team is not necessarily optimized. They're just the ones that I was able to put gear on today.
At the 9:30 mark?
But they're some of my favorite characters, so this is a vibes only team.
We're kind of too
Alright,
busy
I'm
for
gonna
that
see if I
right
can't,
now.
Trigger this and
Let us see
catch everyone. I should have waited a second longer again. Itchy trigger finger. Because then all these ants would have been a lot closer to me. I think it's still going to hit them all anyway. Yeah, it hits a pretty wide range. Okay. And that took him out a lot faster. Yeah, I think this is the second tier up, so it should theoretically be more difficult, but using that effect was really effective. All right, I'm gonna... I've still got to wait a couple seconds to do this. She's pretty strong on her own, though. I'm going to again be trying to use these skills to add lance effects to myself. I have 4 right now. Let's see if I can dodge these. I dodged 1 of them. Okay, 2 of them. All right, 2 of them. I'll take it. Let's see. Oh, and I killed the ant before I could use that combo. That's fine.
I don't think she
I'll
realized
take
that
it.
she's over leveled for this.
So that is the new Jeju Island raid. And you are
This
getting
is really
these
not
little
showing much
Jeju
off.
Island raid coins from this, which can be used at the exclusive exchange shop. All right, how about we move on from this to checking out a new reward system. Very exciting. In the lobby here, we have in the upper right-hand corner the train to become a formidable combatant icon with Jinu's head sort of like bobbing up and down here. If you tap that icon, you can see that there are new missions available for you to complete. These are probably things you're already going to be doing anyway, like clearing chapters of the main story, clearing gates, mining gates, you know, drawing. And as you complete each of these missions, it's going to cause this little bar to progress, and you're going to get rewards for each of the missions unto themselves. And then you're also going to get draw tickets and other rewards as you progress along each tier. It looks like 15 tiers here. So if you complete all of the missions in a tier, that's going to get you the final reward for that. In this case, it is a new Sung Jinu weapon, which is
That's
Kasaka's Venom Fang, but it
upgraded
is the
Kasaka
truth
Venom Fang?
Kasaka's Venom Fang version. So very exciting. There's new effects that it adds.
That was a really good 4-star
and it is
weapon
definitely
back in the day.
one to aim to get, and not necessarily too hard to get because, like I said, these missions are things you're probably already going to be doing. If you complete all of the tiers, then the final rewards that you get are another copy of Cha Hain,
Okay.
some gold, and some draw tickets. And then you have access to a draw here after completing tier 3 of these new missions. All right. I hope we are excited for all those new rewards. I know I am. I love free stuff. So let's jump over to the events.
Free
and see
stuff?
if
You have
we
to work
can't
for it.
check out some other stuff that we can acquire here.
I'm starting to feel like no one knows what free means.
So we have the rock, paper, scissors event.
Free
It's
means
back.
of no
The
consequence or
undisputed
cost to
champion of
yourself.
Rock, paper, scissors is here to challenge you again. You can definitely get
Working
lots of
is
essence
not
stones
free.
and gold from this. And there are missions that you can complete in order to get these cards to play it. There are daily missions, Snowflower daily missions. That's our latest event theme. And you can get rewards by going through each of the days and completing these missions. And then the final reward is, I believe, a reward you can also get from the Jeju Island raid. And it is this new, one of these 3 new Azure Serpent weapons. There's 3 of them. They each have a sort of like elemental theme. I'm not sure if they are actually elemental based, but there's Flame of the Azure Serpent, Dewdrop of the Azure Serpent, and Leaf of the Azure Serpent. There's definitely, I remember reading the backstory for these and being like, that's so much. So that is, I haven't looked as much at the functionality as I have at the backstory for these, but it was something to look at. There's like cosmic lore connected to them, which is wild. So there's the rock, paper, scissors event. There's the snow flower events. We have also the Essel Radiru growth tournament for powering up Essel if you're going to be drawing for her, and the Essel Radiru raid up celebration lucky wheel in order to get more delightful rewards. Here we have the Essel Radiru and Gino weapon design selection chest. So the opportunity to get some weapon designs to help craft the weapon for Essel right out of the gate. And some rate up draw tickets as well. So very exciting. Why don't we move on from here to some improvements that are coming with this update?
Let's do it.
Absolutely. We have the Hunter Batch level up feature being implemented in this update, which means that you can level up all your hunters at once. Yay! We love efficiency. There's improvements to the game that will make it easier for new people to join in.
That doesn't save a lot of time
which,
because
are a level up
most people
guide
keep their
and
levels
new tutorials, including weapon
max.
crafting tutorials. There are now new guild achievements and new badges to display on the guild details page. So go ahead and check those out if you're a part of a guild. And if you're not a part of a guild, you can join one to check those out. The maximum fusion attempts will be extended from 10 to 20. New characters will be added to the special summons. And we have those events that I mentioned before. Snowflower events, including the treasure hunt and daily missions, and the rock, paper, scissors event, and Essel Radiru's Lucky Wheel event. And now for something completely different. Netmarble is pleased to announce that we will be holding Solo Leveling Arise's first global tournament.
It's in
We're calling
April.
it the Solo Leveling Arise Championship, or SLC for short. Unlike previous tournaments, this competition is open to players all around the world, not just those located in Korea. The finals will again be held in Korea, with the top players who qualify from
I wonder how
outside of
if they're
Korea
gonna actually
invited
do
to come
this.
there for the event.
This is a very big
Participants will have
deal.
to score over 1,000 points in Battlefield of Time Season 7 in order to qualify for the first round of the tournament.
1,000 points
Those
is
who
pretty
do
easy.
will have a chance to join the online preliminary rounds. All of the preliminary rounds leading up to the finals will happen online. Once the top players have risen above the rest in the rankings, qualified finalists will have the opportunity to go to Korea for that last round. And remember, in the Battlefield of Time, only Hunter advancement is taken into consideration and not Hunter levels, so even newer players will have a chance to reach that 1,000 point benchmark and qualify for the first round online. So go on and challenge the Battlefield of Time this season and see if you can qualify. Speaking of opportunities to participate,
I wonder
in
how that's
Solo
gonna
Leveling
work.
Arise
There's a lot of
community,
good players.
We are also happy to announce another event that pairs with a giveaway on our socials. As promised, here are some clips of CM Prism alive and well, living his best life
Alive
at a
and
local
well.
Pelicana store. You can't raid a gate on an empty stomach, can you? Hunters, it's time to level up your taste palette. Solo Leveling Arise is collaborating with Pelicana USA, providing a special combo menu. This combo menu includes 9 pieces of crispy wings, 2
9
dessert bowls,
pieces?
and fries. Hunters that get this
Whoa,
combo
whoa,
menu
what
will
the
receive
hell?
one of the 2 lenticular cards and a coupon code.
How
giving you
fat do they
1,000
think
essence stones.
SLA players
The swag
are?
is limited in quantity, so get your Solo Leveling Arise
I have to eat
lenticular cards
9
when you can.
pieces?
Please note that this collaboration is only
Do we have
for
Pelicana in Canada? Oh, by the way, I
restaurants
can't even
located
get
on the
this. There's no
West Coast
Pelicana in
of the
Canada.
United States.
It's West Coast
So
USA.
check out
That
the
makes
link
more
in
sense.
the chat for details about which stores are participating. And to help celebrate our
9
collaboration
pieces?
with this
Are you
delicious
shitting
chicken
me?
restaurant Pelicana, we are also doing
Go
a
with a
giveaway
friend.
that started today on our socials. That way, even if you don't have a participating Pelicana store around,
That's
you can
huge.
aim to get some
Is
of
that
this
the only
swag.
way to get
so
this?
Check out the link in the chat for more
You
details
have to buy
about
9
that.
pieces?
And I can show you some of the stuff that we have to give away here.
Okay, maybe
Some
for
of
Americans,
this-
this is doable for one
Some
person.
of this is stuff that you have seen before, like our very, very cool t-shirt, which I believe I showed off last time I was here.
I still need one of those.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's- I
have
hope
not
I win a
gotten one
giveaway in
myself,
this
but
game.
it's very
this game.
cool.
I still have
I'm
not won
worried that
anything
I'll,
in
like,
EK.
Put it on, and then people will just be looking at the shirt and saying, "Wow, that's so much cooler than the person who's wearing it."
Give yourself some credit.
I hope to one day be cool enough to wear the shirt. Here is the standee that I showed off last time, but we also have some other standees to show off. I'm not sure if you guys have
They're
seen
called
these before,
standees?
but we have character standees. This one is Baek Yoon-ho.
I seriously did not know that.
If you
They're
wanna
called
stretch it out
standees.
towards the
Yeah.
camera, that might help.
Yeah, take a little look at that.
It's so
Take a
blurry.
look-see. Let me see if I can
It's
get
so
the glare
blurry.
off of it. Yeah, here he is, not wearing a shirt, doing some fighting, or
Ooh.
power up to doing some fighting. The rest of them are wearing shirts, so
He's transforming into like
he's transforming.
beast
That's
form, so, yeah.
that's part of his powers. Here we have another friend of ours. Yeah.
Does
Chloe
she not
Gonyan
know?
doing
Oh, she
some Fire
does.
magic.
the ultimate weapon.
Yeah. here
Girls
he is,
love Choi, man.
Ultimate
There's something
Hunter.
about
He's
those
got a
glass
cool
guys.
a
Those
coat that I
pricks.
think he wears as a cape just
Glass
to be
prick
extra,
guys.
which
Well,
I
I
wish
like
I
call
could
them.
pull off, but you know, we can't all be incredible fire mages.
I
sadly.
encourage you to just show up in a cape. You know, I
Absolutely.
think you can rock it, you know?
Absolutely. Sans fire powers. I shall attempt to rock a cape one of these days. And then we have Cha Hain here doing
I wish it wasn't so
sort of
blurry,
light strike.
but Cha looks
Just
amazing.
looking so cool. Goals. Absolutely. So yes, we've got those 3 standees, and then we have another one of these mats that I can't quite hold up because they're just so darn big. But this one has a new pattern on it. It's not
It's a mouse pad.
Jinu and his army. It's just Jinu and a whole city behind him,
Like, what?
ready to conquer.
Almost like 3 feet across.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
it's
nice
just-
mouse pad.
it's
I'd use that.
tremendous. This mat is truly huge. I would not be surprised if this was a full yard. But yeah,
Yeah, it looks about.
A
this
yard.
keyboard mat is extremely cool.
What the heck is a
Absolutely,
yard?
Definitely one to look out for. So, absolutely enter that giveaway and see if you guys can get your hands on some of this very cool swag. I will long
All right,
it away
I'd
for
log
now.
on for that. I go for that.
All right, let's jump from that into showcasing someone from our community. Someone who's particularly good as a member of our community, and that is No Good E-Man. For those who don't know, the Partner Creator Plus program is our way to show support and appreciation in the form of revenue sharing and community codes to the amazing content creators in our community. And
I
this
still
week
have not
we are
signed up
highlighting
for
No
this.
Good E-Man.
I
No Good
still
E-Man
have not
creates
signed
great
up.
solo
Oh god, I
leveling
keep
Arise
forgetting.
content mainly on YouTube. His channel is perfect for you if you want up-to-date news and want to know exactly how to prepare for what's coming in Solo Leveling Arise. But don't take it from me. There's a recent comment on his video that says, and I quote, "Thanks to you, I am enjoying the game again. You put the information out in a way that is easily digestible," which I appreciate. We love easily digestible information. Not only does he bring the news, but he also makes hunter guides and tier lists as well, so you can be in the know about what stuff in the game is the absolute best. No Good E-Man is very interactive with the community, always responding to comments and reacting to them. Just don't freak out about joining a Discord channel when you start watching his content, because that's his signature intro. I highly recommend that you follow No Good E-Man, and can I get some W's in the chat for him? Big shout outs. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Be sure to check out No Good E-Man's channel and support them or
What the
any
heck?
of the other amazing content creators in the program. We really appreciate them.
Who often join the chat. They are fun. Thank you, everybody, and all
Mm-hmm.
the content creators out there. You know who you are.
We really appreciate you tuning in and being here. Last but not least, it is finally time for the coupon code that I know everyone has been waiting for. For hunters playing on PC and Android devices, this coupon can be claimed through options, account settings, and there's a little button that should say redeem code. For hunters playing on
Okay.
iOS devices, please visit the coupon registration page on our forum. And for this update, the coupon code is Fan You Believe It, to celebrate the release of the Fan of the Fire Demon.
All right, I
Fan
posted that in
You
our
Believe
Discord.
It. Make sure
Get
to
it?
share that. Absolutely share it and use it, and make sure that you are using it before Thursday the 16th at 7 p.m. Pacific time, because that coupon code is only valid until Thursday the 16th at
That's not a
7
lot.
p.m. Pacific time.
And expires so
And if you missed
quickly.
out on them, we've got other codes for
Oh, that's
you.
right. The other codes were pretty
Make
big
sure
deals.
that you grab these and use these by their due date as well.
Yeah, the
Make sure you
bigger
use them
codes
before
go
they
longer.
Expire. We want you to have the opportunity to get the best possible things in the game. All right. And that is going to do it for us tonight. That wraps up our 7.5 sharp live stream. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you so much for supporting Solo Leveling Arise. And thanks for letting me sub in and host again. The entire team really appreciates your feedback and that you've once again taken the time to join us for today's live stream. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. As always, please hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel. It really does help.
And with that, thank you, everyone, for joining another live stream. Happy New Year to everybody.
Yes, Happy
This
New
microphone
Year.
needs work. What is
Everyone's
this?
doing well, and we hope you enjoyed the new content coming in the 7.5 update. And this is your system shutting down.
And this is Jackie saying goodbye, everyone. Stay sharp and level up.
Did Jackie seriously not pick a name for this? It's System and Prism and Jackie.
Do you
One of them doesn't fit very well.
I am Essel,
Alright.
eldest daughter of the
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to shit talk Jackie.
It's time to seek
Just
freedom.
surprising that of all the names she picked was Jackie. Well, ESO's officially coming. I'll be trying to A10 her. I mean, I have like 800 pulls, so why not? I didn't go A10 for Thomas. I didn't go A10 for anyone thus far, actually. I have A5 with lots of characters, but A10 Thomas would have been really, well, a good decision considering how easy we got him to A5, but I'll right that wrong by A10ing ESO. I don't think that really rights the wrong, but okay. I'm looking forward to that.
For our
The new weapon
glory!
did not grab my attention at all, but if it's free, that's a big deal. Anyways, that's SLA Soloing a Rise. That is that. I hope you guys enjoy the 1.7.5 program. I do think the new... This is really cute on her. It's just the armor is really bad. Oh my gosh, she's actually really cute. The armor is really badass. So it's really hard to just say... to skip the armor.
Look and repent.
Oh, man. I don't know, man. I like it. It's just the armor is so good. Well, anyways, that's the SLA stuff. If they didn't do maintenance so early today, we would have done an SLA stream as well. But they did maintenance 1 hour and 10 minutes before reset, which is still one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in gacha games. Why would you do your reset before? Why would you do your maintenance before reset? That doesn't make any sense. But that's all. That's what they love doing. So screwed over lots of players, including me. And even then, we still watched their program. I think it was an okay program. If I give it a 3 out of 5, would people be upset at me? I love Iso. She's awesome. But man, that was not the best presentation. Alright, anyways, before I get in trouble, that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll move on to the next thing. There was only one code as well. That was kind of something. Alright, we're gonna restart.